Welcome back to another week of Midwest Whitetail. It is Saturday, January 7th. We're down to the last few days of the Iowa late muzzleloader season, and the crew is out in full force. Ryan and I are down at my 28-acre farm going after this buck we call Rocky. I had the good fortune a few nights ago to catch up with Kelsey and close the story on that buck. It's been a long quest all season, and it certainly felt good to finally catch up with him. Gavin is working hard to put that story together, but it's quite a bit, obviously, with 4 years of history and 5 encounters over the season. So we're going to delay releasing that hunt till Monday, January 16th, just to give Gavin plenty of time to do it justice. I also want to let everybody know that we've just opened up the application process for our internship for 2023. We're going to have a spring internship and fall internship as we've done the last couple years. You guys can check out our social pages for the application process, and we'll put the links down in the description below. And on this week's show, we're going to join Owen and Kaleb down in southern Iowa. They've been grinding it out, hunting for mature buck and having some good encounters with a few interesting twists. So I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Well, here it is, January 4th. As promised, we got Devin out. He's going to be hunting today. He's got his bow and his gun. I told him if he wanted to shoot a doe early with the bow, I didn't think it would ruin our hunt, or hopefully not. Maybe we could still get a buck. So, beautiful afternoon. It's about 30 degrees, spitting some snow. We got a west-northwest wind blowing like this. And we're in a spot of all spots right here. It's one of my favorite spots I've ever hunted. Doesn't feel like great movement this afternoon, heavy overcast and low pressure, but this spot right here, I mean, you can see them at any day, so I'm not too deterred by that. But anyway, we've got about 3 hours to set in here, see how we do.
They're all coming now.
They look good, right? So.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get there again. I got you. Merp.
I got two.
Nice shot. That's our target buck that I was after.
The wraparound 8.
Yeah. That's just not right.
Alright, we got about 15 minutes of light left. So far on this hunt, it's been really just enjoyable. Deer movement, bobcat, talking with Owen just about everything around the farm and making a game plan. So it's just been a really fun hunt, and got that doe down, so hoping for the last 30 minutes of luck. But if not, it's been a really fun hunt, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Well, Devin got that one right. Fun hunt it was, just a blast. I was having trouble filming those bucks because I kept wanting to glass them. I couldn't get enough. That one shed buck, that's our wraparound 8 that we hunted that first day of late season. We hunted in that cove where he just walked out. You know, go figure, that's exactly what he did. Of course, he shed one side, so it'll be fun trying to look for that shed. And at one point, he kind of threw his, like he was trying to throw the other side off. I was like, come on, do it. Would have been pretty cool if he threw that shed, but well, here in a few days, we'll see if he doesn't shed that other side, and we'll go look for him. What a blast, though. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Well, Caleb, you know, Devin and I were out a few days ago, and we had a pretty fun hunt. You know, he was hunting a wraparound 8 that actually walked right out, read the script, walked right out of the cove what we needed him to do like a week ago when I hunted him, but he's carrying one side.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer there, but we ended up having a good hunt, and he made a nice shot on a doe, so I was happy for him. We had a good time. So I don't know what you've been seeing, but I've been looking at these trail cams, and I've been seeing a lot of shed bucks, like unusual amount for this time of year. What have you been seeing?
I've been seeing the same thing, especially over on Lee's farm. It's been pretty incredible to see the amount of shed bucks that are dropping so far this year.
Yeah, for this early in the year, it is surprising. I don't know percentage-wise, and what have you been seeing for like age class as far as what is shed? Has it been kind of across the board, or?
It's been across the board, but I feel like the last week or two, the mature bucks have been dropping a lot faster than the younger bucks. I don't know, do you think there's anything to that?
Yeah, I think if you see more mature bucks dropping early, I think it's more rut related. You know, they rutted real hard, and you don't see that as much in the younger bucks, you know, but I think any kind of additional stress on them, you know, will cause them to start shedding early sometimes. Like, you know, sometimes it's nutrition related, you know, they're just not getting the nutrition. I don't think that's the case here at all, because we got a lot, you know. So maybe they rutted real hard, or, you know, we see it all the time with injuries, you know. You see one breaks a leg, or maybe got shot and survived, you know, they'll shed. I've seen it as early as Thanksgiving before, you know, shed really early. But I think in this case, I think what it is, you know, you get those bitter cold snaps that are way below normal, like we had here for, I don't know, what was it, maybe a week? Or,
Probably a week and a half ago, yeah.
yeah, and you get that, and I don't know what it does to them, but I think it kind of kicks them into survival mode, and whatever it does to their body, maybe a sharp drop in testosterone, but I've seen that a lot of different years. When you get that bitter cold snap like that, they'll start dropping early, and I think that's what this is.
I'd have to agree with you. You know, there's only one other instance one year that I can think of that these deer were dropping so early, and that was a couple winters ago. That winter where we got a bunch of snow, and then on that same storm we got a couple layers of ice. And then I had deer dropping, actually that deer that I shot, that three-legged deer, he shed as soon as I hit him with the muzzleloader.
Crazy.
But I remember that year, I mean, we were probably 75% shed by the end of season. And Casey and I, we went out and picked up probably a dozen sheds the day after season. So
That's awesome.
it was a fun year as far as shed hunting goes, but man, I gotta think that winter stress and then just not being able to get to that food, that was what I thought it was. They couldn't get to that food as well because that ice was so hard to dig through, they couldn't paw through it.
Yeah, so a combination there, you know, the cold weather, you know, and the nutrition. So it's just a mixed bag, but I have seen these cold snaps do that before, you know, many years. So I'm sure that's what this is. And like you said, sometimes maybe it's rut related too, you know, and they're run down. So yeah, I heard you've been hunting over to Lee's, and you had an excellent hunt over there. So I'm looking forward to seeing that hunt unfold.
Man, you guys, it's always fun having a good conversation with Owen. He just has a wealth of knowledge, and it's always fun bouncing ideas back and forth with each other. But per that discussion, we have a really fun hunt that ties in together really well with what we were just discussing. But this story doesn't start just last night. This story backs up all the way to 2021, about this time of year in late season, where I took Casey's brother in the same plot to do a little bit of hunting. That night, we had a really fun encounter with a really good 4.5-year-old, and with the management practices in place on this farm, we elected to pass him. Now, moving forward into the off season, we had one project in mind, and that was to beef up a 60-acre parcel that sits right by this food plot that we were hunting that day. It's mixed with red cedars, and it's just very thick. It was actually so thick that these deer weren't able to utilize it as they should. So Lee and I came up with a plan to do some strategic cutting in this 60-acre block. And essentially what we did was just make small bedding pockets throughout these cedars and lanes. That way these deer can finally utilize it while creating regeneration in that understory and allowing some sunlight to beam in there, specifically not just for late season, but also for the summer months. That way these deer can get shading, there's good airflow in there. And as soon as it was over, we saw immediate results. It was fun watching the cameras in that bedding area in that 60-acre block and just watching the amount of deer flow through there. It started very small and then it grew. But sure enough, in the summer, one of the bucks that showed up was this 4.5-year-old that Colton and I encountered in that late season hunt. And let me tell you guys, he blew up into a beast. But the hunt that you guys are gonna watch, I feel like is just a textbook hunt where you have immaculate bedding for late season paired up with a nice food plot close by with really good access. But I really hope you guys enjoy the hunt. Emotions are still high and we're gonna dive right into it. Rafe and I are tucked into the blind. It is about 2 o'clock, January 7th. We've got 3 days left of season to make it happen, but Rafe and his dad came back up here, and I think we're pretty excited. We still got a few bucks to try and take care of off this farm, and so where we're set up today is the same spot Rafe and I have been hunting pretty much the past couple weeks. We're overlooking a cornfield, and there's a little bit of green here as well. The temperatures have dropped since last week. It's floating somewhere around the upper 20s to low 30s, and it's making them hit grain a lot harder, especially the past couple days. But there's still a little bit of green food source. It's one thing when I'm making food plots, I always like to have more than one food source in that area. So what these deer are probably doing is transitioning from this green to the grain and out to this big ag back behind us. But last time we were here, we saw summer 10. Yep. Right? We think he's shed. Gray face has shed. And what do we got left? We got turkey foot.
Yes.
And G3 was on the cutty backs the other day as well. So there's still 2 good bucks in this area that we have to take care of. And Owen was nice enough to lend us this youth muzzleloader again. Rafe's done some practicing. He's gonna 10-ring one tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's 2 o'clock right now. I wouldn't really expect the deer to start moving probably till 3:30. So hopefully this cold weather gets them up on their feet and some of these deer start moving out here relatively soon. I don't think that's him. I think it's a dead boy. Oh, that's turkey foot right there. Right there, see him?
Yeah,
he's walking away.
I see him in our camera. I don't see him. Oh yeah, I do see him.
He's the one in that opening right there. You see him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm down.
Okay, here. Stop on. That's right where I killed my buck last year. No, the one, this one, I think that's the other one we might have shot. He might fight a turkey foot. We'll see. Okay, right
stop him. Okay, he's right.
Just a second.
He's got his head down. Tell me. Oh, man. And that way you
I
can
think
set
I'm
up.
good.
Oh, you're good.
I mean, I can shoot it right now.
Yeah, you can shoot him right now. Get on. Deep breaths, buddy. Oh, tell me when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
He's running.
I hit it.
I don't know. Were you on him good?
Yeah.
You were. How do you feel about it?
I think I hit it. I'm pretty sure I hit it.
Yeah?
I hit right where you said to. Right above the shoulder.
Attaboy, dude. You
I
at
thought
least...
I saw him running, but I don't know if I saw that one or the other one.
Really?
I'm just excited.
Dude, that's a good vlog, man. Give me some.
Hey.
Boy. All right, guys. What an exciting evening. I mean, deer absolutely everywhere. How many bucks do you think we saw, dude?
I think we saw close to 15.
Yeah, I think we saw even more than that. Just countless amounts of shed bucks. I knew that one was Summer 10. Had to have been him. And he walked 3 yards from the blind, but he was shedded. All these bucks are shedding right now. It's ridiculous, but Rafe got a glimpse of the one deer that we're in here pretty much for. And it was turkey foot. Up on this hill, he saw him before me. He was pretty proud of that.
Yeah,
But-
I was really proud. I'm just,
You pumped?
yeah.
Got a case of the buck fever in here, but we are gonna give it a little bit of time. I think we're both pretty excited. That's the biggest deer on the farm that we can kill right now, so we're both pumped. Hopefully Lee's having a good hunt. Check in with you guys soon. Right here's where you should have shot. Right here.
I think it's him.
Is that him?
I don't know.
Let's go look.
Who's that?
Oh my goodness. Can you pick him up?
Where did I hit him? I hit him right there.
You hit him perfectly, buddy. You hard shot him. Oh, give me some, dude. Awesome shot. Pick him up. Can you? Oh my goodness. Nice, dude.
Hey, Daddy. We went to look, but we didn't find anything.
Really? No, you tell him. Stinker.
Yeah, okay, whatever. He's
Lee,
under my feet.
Lee, your son just shot an absolute stud. He hard shot him, dude.
Dude, I'm so proud of you, buddy. Great shot, man. Thank you, Kaleb.
Oh my goodness.
It's bigger than his
Rafe.
face.
Oh my goodness, son. That G2. I love this. Look at that blade. That is super cool. Hey, proud of you. Good morning, guys. We got him back out here this morning to get some better pics of him and just really showcase off just how pretty of a deer he really is. The mass is just, speaks for itself, and just the uniqueness of the turkey foot. He's got, a big 6-inch base on his right side. Just a beautiful deer, a 5-year-old animal, things we're trying to target here, and just incredibly proud of Rafe for making just a great shot. Listening to coaching from Kaleb. Thankful for Kaleb for really investing in us on the farm and taking the time to spend time with Rafe while I was able to take my younger son with me and kind of split the farm up. But overall, just this deer is got a little story. Last year, he was a very aggressive buck. He came to the horn several times, and that kind of, all these deer, they have their own personalities, which y'all know, and how they respond to things. How far they travel, are they homebodies? They're all individuals, and
that's part of the fun process of learning these deer and targeting them and pursuing them. But with each one, you have to learn them and through the trail cam picks, through encounters, through the summertime ranges, and just get to know them personally and see what they can do to harvest them and to make ethical shots, which Rafe made a great shot on this deer. I'm really proud of him and being safety conscious, listening to Kaleb, and just going about it the right way throughout the whole process. He's also a deer that we were really trying to target because of, we have a really big deer on this farm, a 4-year-old, we call it GQ Junior. And I was very blessed to harvest GQ, a 204-inch deer, 2 years ago. And of course, that was a proud day, but I mean, this is even more proud and more special, being a dream come true for me and my son to be here and really participate in this sport we love to call a sport that really just becomes a lifestyle and something we enjoy spending his time with family. We just had fun. Late season's a blast. I know Mike talks about it all the time with his kids. As you get older and as kids get older, you get more interested in those times than you do the rut, which is something I never thought I would say being a younger man, but at this point in time, it's just a blessing to be behind this deer, a blessing to be with my family, and also to be with Kaleb and partnering with him on some good management strategies. It's just a fun process year round and just a dream come true. Moving forward, GQ Junior is our pursuit for next year. And with this deer being out of the way as far as from a management purposes, it's gonna open up a lot of opportunity for GQ Junior to spread his wings and become the dominant buck and allow us to play a role for target him next year. Y'all stick with us. Again, thanks for watching. We appreciate y'all. Look forward to a great year.